go, and we are live. So today I was going to do something different, but I decided that I was in the mood to make a bar today. So we're going to start melting down some of our dark chocolate melting wafers. These are some of my favorite ones. We're going to start with 30 seconds to make sure we don't do too much at once. Okay. So we're melting those down. I have my pan already with the parchment paper, and we're going to make some butterflies out of pretzels. And I also do have, of course, our butterfly week. That's why we're doing butterfly theme today. We have our butterfly pretzel tomorrow, so this is like kind of using that, but doing just a little part of it. Then using it to make a fun park instead. Just a little tiny bit of melting starting, but of course we definitely need more time on this. So I'm going to do another 30 seconds. Okay, and I'm also going to get some pretzels out. Of course, I want to make sure we have the pretzel twists, and I'm going to get rid of any broken pieces. Okay, I'm going to check on the melt. Okay. Give that a little stir. Stirring very thoroughly to make sure that they're melting through and using the heat that's already there. Because of course we do not want to overheat the melts, or else they get those like kind of streaks in there, and they can also burn, and then we cannot use them at all. So just give it a nice stir. There's still some pieces, so I feel like I could pop this in there for maybe another, I would say 10 to 15 seconds. Doesn't need very much more time. I'm doing 10 to be on the safe side. Get a few more pretzels out. Oh, broken one snuck in there. And I'm also getting some pretzel sticks out. So they're about that big, but we're going to break them into probably 2 to 3 pieces each. Okay, that looks nice and melted through. So that's exactly what we're looking for. I'm gonna grab my offset spatula before I start pouring. And this is, I don't think I mentioned it yet, about 2 cups of these melts. So sometimes depending, oops, little melt stuck out there. This is what they look like before they're all melted, of course. So I think if I did like the lining with Oreos on the bottom, because they have the thickness to them and they kind of get in little crevices, we would probably need closer to about 2.5 to 3 cups of melts. But for just covering the base of a sheet pan and kind of going with a nice thin bark, then about, I'd say like 1.5 to 2 cups. Probably closer to 2 cups. It's been a while since I've made just a plain bark, but. Okay, let's get all that chocolatey goodness. Just spread it into a nice thin layer. Scrape off our excess, and then we're going to give it a little tap to kind of let those melts settle. And also there's some air bubbles, those will get out of there too. That's not as important though as when we're like doing a silicone mold or something, but still. There we go, nice and flat surface to work with, and we're going to start adding our pretzels. So we could coat these in some melts to give them different colors, but I'm just going super simple today, and we can just start popping them on there. And like I said, this kind of relates to tomorrow's butterfly video, but I decided to, it'd be kind of fun to make a bark with these today. Hello, this looks very good. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining. Happy Friday. Broken pieces here. Just kind of doing different angles with them. And here, let's start adding. We're going to take our pretzel stick, and then I'm going to, hello, thank you so much for joining. You want to eat the food? Can you say hi? Hi, Matthew. Thanks for joining. So for the pretzel sticks, I'm trying to make it look like the butterfly body, so I don't want it to be too big. So I think I'm going to break it into about 1/3. And then we can just add our little butterfly body to each of them. Maybe a little bit small. Let's try what a half or half-ish would look like. Kind of make it look like a little butterfly from the side profile, basically. I think that looks a little bit better. So maybe just like, not quite 1/3, not quite 1/2. And like I said, you could definitely coat these to make them look a little bit, you know, more fun colors or something, but just for something simple, I think these will get the point across that they're butterflies. And we can, of course, also add 2 of them to make it look like the full butterfly. And that kind of relates to tomorrow's shorts video. The butterfly effect's nice. Just continue adding. Marry that girl. Do a couple that are like the full size, and then still keep some that are the side profile. And oops. And I think I want to do another full size one over here. Okay. Let's see if I want to add any others. I don't want to make it too. I can also see that some of the melts are starting to set over here, so I might need to lightly use my kitchen torch to remelt things, but oh, I think that looks pretty good. Let's start, let's see, just very lightly, just to get it. I don't want to go too much because this can also cause streaks if I do it too much. I'm gonna keep keep it moving, but I want to make sure that we can actually have sprinkles adhere and not just pop off the top. Okay, that should be good. Looks so good. Thank you. Something quick and easy to whip up for spring or Easter. Let's do another full butterfly right here, and let's start adding these melts do set pretty fast, so I need to work a little bit faster than I am. Okay, let's add our sprinkles. So I have some pastel nonpareils. These bounce everywhere, but they're one of my favorite sprinkles. Okay. Yeah, can always use some more nonpareils. And I can tell they're setting a little bit still. Ideally, I wouldn't have to use the torch this much, but these melts are setting very quickly today. I think the pan was a little bit too cold that I put it on. And let's also do some spring jimmies. Just came into the video. What is that? This is some just simple butterfly bark. So you just can make little pretzel butterflies. And then just with some nice chocolate melts, add some sprinkles, and you have a cute little simple treat that's easy to whip up. And thanks for popping in live. This is also part of our Spring and Easter series. So this week is Butterfly Week. I've been theming our lives along with our shorts videos. So if you want to check out a bunch of fun shorts videos that are all themed butterfly or the other themes for each week, make sure to check it out. Okay, that looks pretty good. Looks like a recipe I saw by Mike Hunt and Nick Gert. I haven't heard of them. Too unhealthy? Well, I mean, it's a dessert for fun. You wouldn't eat the entire pan. Okay, just lightly trying to melt those melts so that the sprinkles will actually stick to this. That was good. Are these going to be chocolate covered pretzels? This one I usually would, but with this one, I'm just keeping it even more simple than I usually do. Basically, we have it on a layer of chocolate melts, and then we'd pop the pretzels on, pop the sprinkles on, and so they're just like little pretzel butterflies, basically. You could definitely dip them ahead of time in a color so that they're kind of like pink and purple and blue and yellow, all that kind of stuff. But I decided to just keep it more simple today. So we're just sticking with just the straight pretzel butterflies. And to finish it off a little bit, we can also add a little bit of edible glitter spray. Just for a little extra fun. Plus also, if it does get a little streakies because I did have to use the torch a little bit more this time, then it can kind of cover that up a bit. Oh, catching up in the chat. I like this girl. I'm going to confess to her Sunday. What should I buy for her? Well, what is she like? That was diabolic. I don't know what that is. This seems sweet. I have to try. Yes, it's super simple to make. Hello. Thanks for joining. So today is one of our super simple quick days with the bark. I decided to go just, more simple today. I'm making this for Easter Sunday. Because I've already made it, I might have it for Easter, but I was thinking about trying something. I'm leaning towards something maybe cheesecakey themed for Easter. I don't know, that's what I'm feeling at the moment that I want to make, but this will definitely be something that they also have as a choice, but I could also break it up into pieces and then, put it in little baggies and give it to everybody as like a little, Easter favors aren't a thing, but you know what I mean? Like you could do something like that too. And let me grab my knife because we could also make a few little cuts so that the butterflies will actually stay intact. Because you can make a little cut before it actually has a chance to set. So it's going to be easier to break into pieces that way. If you make and sell desserts, I will definitely buy some products from you. I tried doing that before, but I wasn't as passionate about it. I like doing content, being able to do something different every day. So I do appreciate the support though. But if you want to check out more fun dessert ideas, then definitely check out the channel. And this is already week 7, almost the end of week 7 for our spring and Easter series. Can't even believe it's gone by that fast. I saw this tip from, I think it was Sugar Pusher on Instagram and TikTok. I saw her do this and I was like, that seems like it would be amazing to not have things break off while I'm trying to break it into pieces. So you just kind of like can cut around the things that you want to keep intact and also just cut little pieces of chocolate by themselves. So you basically want to cut before it has a chance to fully set, and then it's easier to break into pieces. You must know Mike Hawkburns if you're making this. I have no idea who that is. Name a car for an edit. I don't know. Toyota Camry. I don't know. I was looking at cars recently. I don't do cars very much, but I am in the market. I can see some sprinkles didn't stick because the melt set a little bit quickly, but it'll still be good. Let's cut this one on a diagonal. Oh my gosh, Jack, I have no idea who that is, but you're cracking up, so I'm guessing it's some kind of joke or inside joke. I don't know. It's kind of a variety of pieces and cuts here. Okay, looks pretty good to me. Variety of sizes for everybody. That's good, thank you. So yeah, basically I'm just gonna pop this in the fridge. You can see some of the sprinkles kind of moving around, but that's why I was a little bit generous with them too. But basically once we let these set, then I'm gonna pop it in the fridge to fully let it set. And then we can just easily, it snaps off really quickly and easily with having the little scored pieces right here. So that looks beautiful. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's pretty much it for, for the bark, but oh, my favorite. Oh, yay. If you guys have any questions, make sure to pop them in the chat. This is our last live, of course, before Easter. And then for our spring and Easter series, we have one more week next week, which is going to be a bumblebee themed week. And we'll have our next live. That looks good. Oh, thank you. Our next live is next Friday, same time, same day, 10 a.m. Pacific time. And we will be making something bee themed. I'm still trying to figure that one out for the live, but we're making something fun. And yeah, looks just like the one. I don't know who any of these people are. I'm thinking it's jokes. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I think I mentioned everything. In the meantime, make sure you're checking out the Spring and Easter series. Can't believe next week is already the 8th and final week of this series. But make sure to check back on all that fun stuff. And I hope you guys have a great Easter and a really great weekend. And I will see you very soon. Have a good weekend. Bye.